Hey, we're back with Professor Abramelli.
Judges and police and government officials should not come from the cult of judicial advisors and lawyers which are trained at the art of hypocrisy and lies and defacement of meaning, the sabotage of genuinity, the end, as what has been sung by singers at the end of all great times, the hypocrisy that led to the calcification and the end of civilizations, where they disappeared by plague or because they were forgotten in the dregs of history. One of the insights that the rabbis had for the membership of the Sanhedrin, of this idealized assembly of sages, was that they shouldn't necessarily put themselves forward for appointment. That they should be asked, invited to join because they were so wise and because their counsel was so sought. And in this similar vein, I wondered whether it were not beneficial to use artificial intelligence as the basis of a search committee for suitable personalities which would fill the roles of the justice and the judiciary, in addition to classic judges which do have their pedagogy in law and the judicial advisory cult. So there is also necessity for experience and refereeship in other areas, from schools and from engineering and from academia and from religion and from visionary backgrounds and from sports and from different trades and from the sciences and the variation of sciences which are at the cutting edge of human knowledge. And were we to be able to access these within our judicial system, within our referee system, within our police and oversight system, and within our administrative system, then society would be on the cusp of our imaginational ability. And the reason we are not doing so is simply because there is no forward process to push that. And the absence of a forward process leads for personal ambitions to fill the void. So let us be clever. Let us use the tools, the remarkable tools that we have at our disposal. And let us find, or rather train, our AI tools to find the best personalities, the sum total of the agendas that we want to achieve. And to find us good and varied minds with great skills. And they, if not, they can lead us, but they can contribute to the voice and offer a counterposition to the existing methodologies that we have used. And together with these systems, we can look towards a better future. Leadership in the 21st century, in the century of AI, in the century where every person can have their own super character, which it can summate the best practices of that individual and replicate them and then share them with other people so that people can really learn the best from each other and trade of their best practices and create avatars which can even build platforms of their best practice and even divide potentials and create imaginary worlds full of possibilities. This can all be done in our time. And the question of what leadership is going to be suitable in order to ensure that this is a period of sustainable freedom and a celebration of the collection of ages and not a nightmare. So in order to ensure this, we have seen that one of the great stalemates in our development has been the methodology in which we've chosen our leadership and our judges. And whilst we have done well, because we have systemized it relatively and created a dispassionate, checked and balanced procedure to do so, we can even go even further, and we can stretch the method of choosing who will lead us, and not necessarily who will lead us, but who will lead us in us becoming independent and create a modulated, independent and free commonwealth of individuals, of enhanced individuals, of super individuals and supra individuals. That process is not led by any one person. It would be futile and dangerous to presume a messiah of any one individual, but rather a commonwealth of messiahs, a commonwealth of supermen, of ubermensch, of refined, of renaissance people, of fulfilled, of enlightened. That is the time that we can hope for, but it will need to be guided, and the method is to be decided by us in this conversation.